Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're moving on to Grade 8, Chapter 4, Part 4. The topic is Pakistan's most wild and beautiful places. We'll be covering the solved book exercises from page 73 to page 78. So, if you're working through this chapter, or just want a better understanding of the lesson and activity, you're in the right place. Get your textbook, a pen, and some paper ready, and let's begin together. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow along for more educational videos like this. Let's dive right in.
Pakistan's most wild and beautiful places. Pakistan's beauty is still undiscovered. If the government works on improving infrastructure, a number of places can be turned into famous tourist spots. Discuss with your partner what steps need to be taken to promote tourism in Pakistan. Read the article about the unique and most beautiful places of Pakistan. Discuss how these places can be turned into tourist spots. From the precipitous peaks of the Karakoram Range to the fertile Indus River Plain, Pakistan is home to a diversity of stunning landscapes. While its rich cultural heritage, ancient Silk Road, and ruins of Mohenjo-daro continue to enchant travelers, venture further afield and discover a lesser-known, wilder Pakistan. Deosai National Park. Known as Land of the Giants, a backdrop of snow-dusted mountains rises from the alpine plateau of Deosai National Park. Each spring, the lush valley is swept by wildflowers and rare butterflies, earning the name Summer's Palace by locals, who enjoy the wildlife after winter's thaw. This biodiversity hotspot is home to the Tibetan wolf, Himalayan ibex, Tibetan red fox, and golden marmots. The government granted the park protected status in 1993 with the goal of safeguarding the critically endangered Himalayan brown bear. The park was also nominated for World Heritage status in 2016. Khagan Valley. Northern Pakistan's picturesque Khagan Valley is a place of fairy tales. According to one version of a local legend, a prince of Persia fell in love with a fairy princess on the crystalline waters of Lake Saiful-Muluk. But a giant was also in love with the princess, and held her captive. One day, the prince escaped with her, and in his fury, the giant flooded the valley and created lakes with his tears. Today, visitors from around the world travel to Khagan Valley for its alpine lakes, mountain scenery, and clear night skies. Makran Coast and Hingal National Park. The Makran Coastal Highway is a scenic drive along Pakistan's Arabian Sea coast. The route starts in Karachi and runs through Gwadar to the Iran border, and is considered a major infrastructural achievement. Unique, lunar rock formations line a section of the highway known as the Buza Pass in Hingal National Park, the largest national park of Pakistan. It is renowned for its diverse wildlife, Sindh leopards, chinkaras, honey badgers, and Indian pangolins. It is perhaps best known for its cluster of active mud volcanoes. Natural rock sculptures, like the sphinx-shaped lion of Balochistan, can be found along the highway. Hunza Valley and Adabad Lake. In the northern territory of Gilgit-Baltistan, icy peaks stretch above the Hunza River, situated on the riverbank and surrounded by glaciers and gorges. The town of Hunza traditionally served as a resting place for travelers descending the Hindu Kush Mountains into the Valley of Kashmir. The valley is home to snow leopards, mark or ibexes, and red-striped foxes. Nestled in the Hunza Valley, is the Adabad Lake, with the most vibrant turquoise water cut through the rocky terrain. Formed in 2010, Adabad Lake is a popular spot for tourists who can take boats out on the water. Bal Toro Glacier. In Pakistan's eastern Karakoram, Bal Toro Glacier is one of the world's largest valley glaciers. Though difficult to access, It is one of the most highly trafficked regions in Pakistan because of mountaineering destinations like K2, Broad Peak, and the Gasherbrum Peaks at its head. The area is not only known for its stunning scenery, but as a life source. A large portion northern Pakistan's population depends on meltwater from the Karakoram glaciers.
Alright, let's move on to the next activity from page 74. Here, you're given a short passage inside a box. Your task is to rewrite the passage by replacing the underlined words with their synonyms. To do this correctly, you should use a thesaurus, either from your textbook, an app, or a dictionary that shows synonyms. So read the passage carefully, find the underlined words, and replace each one with a strong, meaningful synonym. Pause the video now, complete the activity, and when you're done, hit play again to check your answers. Let's go. Now let's take a look at the passage from page 74 and see how we can improve it by replacing the underlined words with their synonyms. Here's the original passage. From the precipitous peaks of the Karakoram Range to the fertile Indus River Plain, Pakistan is home to a diversity of stunning landscapes. While its rich cultural heritage, ancient Silk Road and ruins of Mohenjo-Daro continue to enchant travelers. Now let's read the rewritten version, where we've replaced the underlined words with strong synonyms. From the precipitous peaks of the Karakoram Range to the fecund or productive Indus River Plain, Pakistan is home to a diversity of breathtaking landscapes. While its rich cultural heritage, ancient Silk Road, and remains of Mohenjo continue to enchant travelers. As you can see, small changes in word choice, like using breathtaking instead of stunning or remains instead of ruins, can make your writing sound more polished and expressive. Now let's move on to the next activity. Now, let's move on to page 75 and tackle the first question. Question 1. In the beginning, the article talks about the diverse beauty of the Pakistani landscape. For example, Mohenjo-Daro represents the ancient Indus River civilization. Can you name others and give reasons for their popularity? Answer. Some other popular places in Pakistan as follows. Deosai National Park, famous for wildflowers and rare animals like the brown bear. Kagan Valley, known for its fairy tale lake and beautiful mountains. Hunza Valley, popular for glaciers, rivers, and a Dabad lake. Makran Coast, known for sea views and special rock shapes. Take a moment to write these down, ensuring you include the place name and what makes it special. Let's prepare for the next question. Let's now move on to the next set of questions from page 75. Question 2. Pakistan offers some amazing sightseeing places, but they are still undiscovered. Why do you think tourism is neglected? Give at least 3 reasons. Answer. Tourism in Pakistan is neglected because 1. Roads and transport are not very good. 2. There are not enough hotels or tourist services. 3. People do not know much about these places because of less promotion. Question 3. Why is Deosai National Park known as the Land of Giants? Answer. Deosai National Park is called the Land of Giants because it is very high and wide. It has large open fields, tall snow mountains, and big animals like the Himalayan brown bear and Tibetan wolves. Everything there feels large and beautiful to visitors. Keep watching as we explore more solved exercises from this chapter. Let's move on to the next 2 questions from page 75. Question 4. What measures can be taken to improve tourism in Pakistan? Answer. The following measures can be taken to improve tourism in Pakistan. Build better roads and hotels. Keep tourist places safe and clean. Promote the beauty of Pakistan on TV, social media, and in Question 5. What are Makran Coast and Hingal National Park known for? Answer. Makran Coast and Hingal National Park are famous for their scenic sea highway, beautiful landscapes, and natural rock formations, like the famous Lion of Balochistan. Hingal National Park is also home to wild animals such as leopards, foxes, and mud volcanoes, which are fun and exciting for tourists to explore. Isn't that amazing? Pakistan is truly full of natural wonders. Get ready. More exciting exercises are coming up in the next slide. Let's move on to question 6, and this one is all about glaciers. Question 6. Pakistan is the home to many glaciers other than the Baltoro Glacier. Research and come up with a list of as many glaciers as you can. Answer. Here are some other glaciers in Pakistan. Siachen Glacier, Biafo Glacier, Hispar Glacier, Chogolungma Glacier, Trango Glacier, Pasu Glacier, Bachura Glacier. These glaciers are not only important for water supply, but also attract adventure seekers and nature lovers from around the world. Let's now move to page 77. This activity asks us to imagine that we are planning a trip to the beautiful northern areas of Pakistan, and we are speaking with a travel company that offers tourism services. We need to ask 10 important questions, also known as interrogative sentences, to get as much information as possible about the trip. Now let's look at the interrogative sentences, written clearly on the next slide. These are the 10 important questions you should ask a travel company when planning a trip to the northern areas of Pakistan. Here they are. 1. What is the total duration of the trip to the northern areas? 2. Which places are included in the travel package? 3. What is the exact starting date of the tour? For what modes of transportation will be used during the trip? 5. Is the travel by bus, van, or private car? 6. What is the total cost per person for the entire trip? 7. Does the package include meals and accommodation? 8. Are there any hidden charges or additional costs? 9. What safety measures are taken during the trip? 10. Will there be a guide accompanying us throughout the journey? These questions will help you get a clear picture of your trip, from cost and travel to safety and accommodation, so that you can enjoy every moment without surprises. Now let's move to the next exercise, which is about punctuation, specifically the use of commas. This passage describes the beauty of Australia's famous Coral Coast. Your task is to read it carefully, and insert commas where needed to make the sentences clear and correct. Let's move to the solution. Now let's take a look at the corrected version of the paragraph, where commas have been added in all the right places. This paragraph is a great example of how proper punctuation makes writing easier to understand and more enjoyable to read. Corrected paragraph with commas, stretching along 1,100 kilometers of breathtaking coastline from Cervantes, 2 hours north of Perth, Western Australia, to the World Heritage-listed Ningaloo Reef. Australia's Coral Coast is home to stunning bays, fascinating wildlife, and rugged landscapes. Discover thousands of years of history, and visit uninterrupted stretches of white, sandy beaches, magnificent, ancient gorges, stunning colorful wildflowers, and untouched coral reefs, teeming with marine life. As you can see, commas are used. Let's continue to the next part of the lesson. Now let's move to the writing section on page 78. This exercise asks you to write a factual recount. But what does that mean? A factual recount is a type of writing where you share a personal experience, or a real-life event, using true facts, a clear purpose, and descriptive language. Ready to begin writing your own? Let's get started on the final part of this chapter. Here is an example for you. My visit to Gwadar. A factual recount. 1. Reaching Gwadar. Last winter, I had the chance to visit Gwadar with my family. We traveled by car from Karachi, and the journey took almost 8 hours. The road along the Makran coastal highway was smooth and full of scenic beauty. We saw mountains on one side and the blue on the other. It was a long but exciting drive. I was very happy when we finally reached Gwadar. 2. Beauty of landscape. Gwadar is one of the most beautiful places I have ever seen. The city is surrounded by sparkling blue water and tall rocky hills. The sunlight made the sea shine like diamonds. We saw beautiful sunsets every evening, and the calm beaches were for relaxing. The natural beauty of the landscape was peaceful and magical. Continued on next page. So now the third part is about the famous port. One of the most interesting parts of the trip was visiting the Gwadar port. It is a very important port in Pakistan and is known all over the world. Big ships were parked at the port, and we saw cranes lifting heavy containers. A guide told us how the port helps Pakistan earn money through trade with other countries. 4. Accommodation and food you ate. We stayed at a clean and comfortable hotel near the beach. The rooms were neat, and the staff was very friendly. The food was delicious. We enjoyed fresh seafood like grilled fish, prawns, and crabs. I also tried balachi saiji for the first time, which was very tasty. Eating food near the sea made the experience even better. Let's move to conclusion. And now, let's wrap up this writing task with a short conclusion. My visit to Gwadar was a wonderful experience. I learned new things, saw beautiful places, and spent quality time with my family. I would love to visit again and explore even more. Gwadar is truly a hidden gem of Pakistan, filled with natural beauty, peaceful beaches, and richer. It is the perfect place for relaxation, learning, and fun adventures with loved ones. And that's the end of Chapter 4, Part 4, Pakistan's Most Wild and Beautiful Places, Solved Book Exercises. Well done. I hope you found this video helpful and easy to understand. If you learned something new today, don't forget to like the video, share it with your classmates, subscribe to my channel for more educational content. See you in the next lesson.